welcome to sunny Southern California for the final regular season of the MASL here in 2019. Jose, it all comes down to this, and plain and simple, fans, it's put up or shut up for the Ontario Fury.
Absolutely. Last game of the season. Whatever happened in the earlier games throughout the year doesn't matter. It's win, and you're in the playoffs tonight, Brian.
After a heartbreaking loss against San Diego, 10-6, Jose, it was a very close game. San Diego actually jumped up to a 6-2 lead. Ontario scratched and clawed their way back. 4 unanswered goals, found themselves tied against the San Diego Sockers, the best team in the MASL, late into that game. And then late in the end there, San Diego just pulled away. What does Ontario have to do to learn from that mistake in the last contest here at home?
Just closing it out. You had the great intensity in the first couple of minutes, the first quarter, but I want to see that throughout the whole 4 quarters. And if the Fury are able to do that, they should come out successful tonight. But they have a hard challenge in front of them, the Monterrey Flash, first in the Southwest Division. They're
coming off a narrow defeat in San Diego last night at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The big question is the superstar Frank Tayu going to start tonight? The answer is yes, he is, fans. So they're going to come guns loaded, getting prepped up, ready for their first-round match against RGV. The playoff matches are set all throughout the divisions. The Eastern Division is set, South Central and the Southwest. The only one remaining is this matchup. Will San Diego play the 12-12 currently Tacoma Stars in second place, or will they end up playing the Ontario Fury? Right now, Ontario sits at 11-12 overall, the third place position in the Pacific. It is win or go home. They win tonight. They advance to play San Diego, which will take place here, Game 1 on Friday night. But first, it's tonight's matchup against Monterrey. Aside from Frank Tayu, what else can they do, Ontario, to minimize the threat of Monterrey?
They're a physical team. Monterrey is absolutely physical, so getting in front of that and beating them battle for that should be successful tonight for the Fury if they're able to get on top of that.
Great point, Jose. This is a very veteran physical club is Monterrey. The kickoff coming up in just a few minutes here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Kickoff just moments away here from Ontario, California, live on 11 Sports USA. Brian Tabajay alongside Jose Duran here. A winner-go-home moment for the Ontario Fury. Last time they made it to the playoffs, Jose, was against the very same San Diego Sockers franchise who ripped their hearts out in the third mini-game here in Ontario. What heartbreak that was. Let's see if that propels them to motivate them to win this game here first tonight in Ontario.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than this. It's playoff action already. And the way this game's set up for the Fury, doesn't matter what happens in the future, doesn't matter what happens in the past. It's all about what happens in the next hour or two here for the Fury in order for them to see if they make the playoffs tonight.
Ontario Fury working from right to left here in the opening quarter from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Starting lineups for your home team, Ontario Fury: Charlie Gonzalez, Jermaine Jones, Maicon de Abreu. The captain is the Cisse, Victor Quiros, and the alternate captain as well in the veteran goalkeeper, Chris Toth. Fourthers in the Monterrey Flash, coming off, like I said, 18-5 overall record for the Monterrey Flash. Starting lineup for them: Carlos Picardo, Damian Garcia, Miguel Vaca, Frank Tayu, Brian Aguilar, and Diego Reynoso. What a brilliant game he had last night at Pechanga Arena.
Yeah, the Flash battling with the Sockers last night, coming down to Ontario in a back-to-back game, so we'll see how that affects them tonight.
Slight deflection on the way into the hands of Reynoso. Officials tonight: senior official Shane Butler, referee Ron Corey, assistant referee Art Mitchell, and the fourth official Dennis Vargas. Early threat here for Monterrey. No defense there. He splits the defenders and goes right down the middle. I want to say that was Torres.
Yeah, it looked like Edgar Flores putting that, but it was all put by number 7, Chile Farias, the pride of Santiago, Chile, the veteran out here for this Monterrey Flash, former San Diego Sockers, putting that ball right into Flores' foot with the assisting header, and just like that, in 1 minute and 30 seconds, Brian, 1-0 Monterrey, and not something head coach Jimmy Norbert wanted to see.
Edgar Chapa Flores with his 7th goal on the season. And that'll give him his 28th point on the year as well. Does lead the team in assists with 23. As the Ontario Fury trying to shake off early cobwebs here in the opening quarter. Again, fans, if you're just joining us, the playoff picture is set for this division, the Pacific Division. The Eastern Division is set with Baltimore and Utica. The South Central is all set with Kansas City and Milwaukee, and then you obviously have this very same Monterrey Flash team who will match up against RGV.
It's a great matchup between those two Rio Grande Barracudas and the Monterrey Flash. Both teams that the Fury have faced off in the past this season, and unfortunately falling 7-6 to the Barracudas and 10-5 in the previous meeting here at the Flash. But different game here and different date.
Jermaine Jones trying to switch the pitch there, unsuccessful. The King, Frank Tayu on the ball early on for Monterrey. No real threat here to the feet of Chris Toh. Fans, tonight's jerseys are available for auction on the Live Source app right now. Download the app and bid. Bidding ends at the end of the 3rd quarter. You can own the Tapatio beef jerky jersey your Fury are wearing tonight. Go to the Live Source app to place your bids right now. Bidding ends again at the end of the 3rd quarter. McCarroll onto the pitch, trying to cause some havoc there. In the end, into the hands of Reynoso.
They're going to have to contain the man leading the league in goals, Frank Tayu, with 46. And unfortunately, he wasn't effective on the first goal, but here he is.
De Abreu, luckily, tracking back defensively almost a little too casually for my taste, at least. Thankfully, off of the foot of Tayu, up and out of bounds, and a restart coming here for the Ontario Fury. So 18-5, number 1 in the Southwest Division are the Monterrey Flash. After last night's contest, what a thrilling end that was. San Diego was up with just a handful of minutes left. Monterrey came back to quickly tie that match. And then in the end, I believe it was 2 minutes left, no one would be able to stop the Escoto finish, the game-winning goal for Brandon Escoto and the San Diego Sockers. It was a thing of beauty, that left-footed volley attempt off the foot of Escoto. That proved to be the game winner for the league-leading best San Diego Sockers, 21-game win streak. A foul there committed on Monterrey near the yellow line. Jermaine Jones says thank you very much. We'll have a restart here, a set-piece play for the first time here tonight for the home team.
Yeah, you're San Diego if you played the Monterrey Flash last night and the Fury before that, so the playoff atmosphere is definitely up in the air.
Tacoma sitting and waiting as that reset was a straight shot off of the foot of Echeverria, always rising there off of the right foot. Tacoma watching, San Diego waiting in anticipation as well. So far it's been Monterrey on the stat sheet. Near side shot there, just wide. Reyes will collect for Ontario. 2-on-1 if they hurry with Jones. Shoves off one defender, takes it in himself. That took a slight deflection, and Jones earns the ball back. Now the veteran Hughes. Hughes goes around one defender. And the youngster Debray Holloman will collect for Ontario. Switch of the field to Mick. Now Hughes, a 1-2 with Jermaine Jones. Jones with 9 goals so far in his MASL career. Did have a hat trick against San Diego. Match before that against El Paso was 4-1-1. The most important game so far, Jose, that has been part of the regular season, aside from obviously here tonight, was the matchup in Tacoma. Everyone's talking about it. Yeah. I know Craig Elston touched on it. He did have Nick Pereira as his guest on the MASL podcast, which you can now catch on the iTunes playlist. But he did touch on it on that podcast, to where Tacoma, head coach and player Nick Pereira had his team ready to go. Obviously a back and forth game that was, but the biggest win so far for the Ontario Fury, going up there, earning that victory in a shootout, and really making themselves felt. Really, I mean, Tacoma in the driver's seat right now to even 12-12 record. Obviously, if they finish with the same record here, which needs an Ontario Fury victory tonight, Ontario will advance because of the head-to-head during the regular season. So that game paying big dividends here. As shoulder to shoulder to the far side boards, Nunez is shoved off of that ball, earns a free kick for Ontario.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Brian, if it wasn't for that game, we wouldn't be in the position we are now. But most importantly is the game that Jermaine Jones was able to go ahead and jump out of it, get a goal into his account. Now he's averaging 2.8 goals a season, and he's coming for more.
Here we are on the reset. Always rising off the foot of Thiago Alves, who found his way back home to Ontario in the Inland Empire midway through the season. Departed as a free agent not too long ago, found himself back here in Ontario. Part of this franchise, its 6th season as a franchise, have made the playoffs twice. The first time making the playoffs in franchise history was against the Las Vegas Legends, and then they matched up with the San Diego Sockers not too long ago in that pivotal 3-game set, losing here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. I can still feel the pain that all the Ontario Fury fans suffered in that game. I mean, San Diego is the big brother that continues to have their number, as you see on the replay here. Off of the ball, and it looks like Quiros maybe unintentionally making contact there to the head. Nonetheless, a restart after the foul call.
Smartly enough here, by Carlos Pichardo, go ahead and throw himself on the ground there in case the referee sees it, pulls out a card, takes it to your advantage of your team, but nothing play in there. 8:24 left here in the first quarter. Nothing but Monterrey Flash so far.
And these two teams know each other very well on the regular season. 0-2 versus Monterrey for the Ontario Fury. One was a overtime loss at Arena Monterrey. It was a 10-5 loss in their second matchup, but a 6-5 overtime loss to Monterrey. And I say they know each other because of the former teammates, all part of the Solis de Sonora Club, non-existent in the MASL this year. When you talk about Victor Quiros, you talk about Anibal Echeverria, Frank Tayu, Diego Reynoso, Damian Garcia. So many players on the pitch tonight that have been part of that Solis de Sonora Club. Know each other very well. Jeff Hughes, nice to see him back in action for the Fury. After a deflection there, off of the post, and then a follow. Victor Quiros exclaiming that should have been a dead ball there. But Eric Rosas following the ball, bouncing ball always. So Toth tried to play it back to his defender, took a slight deflection, as you see here on the replay. Bouncing ball, Quiros tried to get there first, and it looks like Brian Aguilar was the one that caused havoc on that Toth pass, right off of the post right there.
Unfortunate there for the Fury, and just like that, it's 2-0 Monterrey.
So the opening quarter has 2 goals from the visitors, 2-0 as we head back after this commercial break.
Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Why not help guarantee those you love $250,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct? Less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. Make the future more secure for those you love.
Call 1-800-723-8547.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. tough.
In Ontario, California, a 2-0 lead for for the visitors, the Monterrey Flash. Jose, a little bit of jitters maybe in the first opening minutes
Absolutely.
here. A 2-0 lead after goals scored from Chapa Flores and Eric Rosas for the Flash. Here we are sitting in a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, and the Monterrey Flash team is a team that's been there. You know, they've been to the final last year, falling to the Baltimore Blast, but it's an experienced team. They know what they're doing. The Fury trying to get there. So you definitely, like you said, it flusters in the beginning, but they're still very much in it. A 2-0 lead could go anywhere here in soccer.
Maybe a little injection from just one quality opportunity. We have yet to see that. McNeely, no real options. And then he finds Debreu to the near side. Charlie Gonzalez leads the team in goals and points. To Holloman along the near side. Just the slightest of off touches there from the youngster Holloman. And Reynoso will reset with his teammate Vaca. It is Uzi to sell. Or Black. Reyes heads it back into pressure to Jones. Sky ball there, Reynoso jumping off of his back line to make sure there's no real threat. Settle down near midfield with Echeverria. Now to the near side they work.
Good stuff by Echeverria. Cutting back.
Now to the near side, 1v1, looks over his options, tried to pluck out Hughes to the far side, and Uzi Tayu a little shaken up after taking that ball right to the face. He'll hop off to the pitch. Hopefully he's okay. Takes a seat on the bench.
Absolutely okay to go ahead and touch your face and feel that one, Tayu. He went straight into it, but great shot for the Fury, but unfortunately they found the face of Uzi Tayu.
Holloman tight on the king, Frank Tayu. Hughes pressured there. And now McCarroll. 4.5 remaining here in the opening quarter from tonight's broadcast on 11 Sports USA. Left-footed shot attempt. Wow. I mean, you see the raw power there with Tayu shielding off his defender, creating still a quality shot attempt there on the turn. A bouncing ball just wide of Cristo.
Makes it look so easy, and the defender, the rookie Holloman, you know what a task it is to go ahead and try to defend the King Tayu. Did everything well there and just able to go ahead and, like I said, body him, make a turn, get a shot, and luckily for the Fury, Cristo there in the back to make a save. Goncalves
with some time near midfield. Charlie Gonzalez finds the captain. Cisse will sprint down the near side, generating a pass off of the boards with his left foot. Frank Tayu will collect to the far side. Gonzalez back checking for Ontario. Goncalves says, nice to meet you. And right near at first, the referees are pointing the other way as you watch on the replay here. Shortly after that contact with Goncalves and Tayu.
I don't know.
Then they pointed, it was his mistake. And now the restart here coming for Monterrey. Senior official Shane Butler on that call.
Aggressive slide and tackle by Goncalves, and definitely has to keep an eye out on that, as with the game against the San Diego Sockers definitely affected that one when he got a blue card and went out, so got to keep an eye on that. But for the Fury, you like the physicalness that you see so far from him.
So a score that favors the Tacoma Stars right now at 2-0. lose, they are out and done for the regular season. No playoff appearance. It would be a matchup with the MASL best San Diego Sockers and Tacoma Stars. But if the Mac can win here tonight with plenty of partner to get through, it'll be up here from Saturday night. Play host to San Diego.
Absolutely. The time left here for the make something happen. 38 in the quarter, but just quarters of soccer can play. But here you got to keep tight in the back and not make mistakes, because we saw earlier mistake put in the back of the net, and they can extend the lead.
What'll be interesting game plan is after this quarter expires. I know Jimmy Nordberg wanted to push tempo a little bit. Everyone knows they're coming from back to San Diego. Far Monterrey has slowed the pace down. This is a vet club, like you touched on, Jose, and Kevin Curtin, coach for Ontario Fury, with guys shot off that are given throughout the game. So far, no opportunities. Just like that, Q blocked off of the foot of
You definitely get opportunities and their own chances to drop, but as he's mentioned, the head coach, Kevin Curtis, is telling us he need to go ahead and put it back to the net, because otherwise, just pointless. Go ahead and get shots if they're not being them.
Jones tried to shield the defender, unsuccessful. Seat on the turf, waiting for reinforcements. Monterrey on the switch does have an option. Decides to steer to the side. Hughes will set for Ontario. 20 here in the opening quarter for Ontario. These shots, or maybe something generated with some pressure here to close out a quarter, would be ideal for Ontario.
Yeah, so we've seen that much of intensity in terms of the players, but has happened now.
A back heel deflection there, unsuccessful off of the foot of Gonzalez. So a deflection off of the post and a tip-in goal for their second goal on the night. Off of the foot of Eric Rosas. Chapa Flores opened the scoring for tonight early on in the opening quarter here, fans. If you're just joining us, a minute and a half into the game, it was a 1-0 lead for Monterrey. Izzy Cisse trying to generate something to the near side, turns the ball over.
Yeah, it was just like a bucket of cold water on top of the Furies, as the goal was way too early for them to go ahead and get themselves even in a rhythm. So trying to play catch up earlier in the game, absolutely not helping if you're the Fury.
Damian Garcia makes contact with Jones. And a foul call here with 15.6 remaining. Quality set piece play opportunity. Let's see if Ontario can capitalize on what's given to them here. First quarter. McNeely does have Jones to his left. Lays it off to him. Jones tried to steer it to the far side in Jordan, broken up there. Monterrey can hurry on a 3-on-2. They'll carry along the far side. Save there initially. Then a deflection, and then thankfully into the hands of Chris Toad to finish out. After one quarter of play, a 0 lead for the visitors. We'll be back on 11 Sports. "11 Sports USA," dedicated to delivering world-class sports and lifestyle entertainment. 11 Sports USA is the exclusive national broadcasting partner of the MASL. Here, fans, it is Ontario Fury Fan Appreciation Night. First 1,500 fans did receive a rally towel courtesy of Tapatio Beef Jerky. There are also lucky sections for multiple prizes. There is a special edition game-worn jersey that can be auctioned off up until the end of the third quarter. You can get the jerseys right off of their backs and into your hands. Also up to 25% of all Fury merchandise. Also post-game autographs on the pitch for tonight's contest. Jose, what do you think after the first quarter?
Just lack of intensity for the Fury. You got to go ahead and get out there and show that you're playing for your life and you're playing for a spot in the playoff, in the Ron Newman playoffs here. Didn't see that as much, but you know what? That would happen if you get an earlier goal scored on with you. A minute and change in the first quarter, the Fury got scored on him. Just like that, morale goes down, trying to get yourself back in. Then you allow a goal that just complete error in the part of Chris Toth. So it's going to be a part of mental to get out of it, but the Fury are more than capable to do so.
Well, it's a big percentage that this is a mental game, as Taiyu, thankfully, did not see the King on the break to the far side. He would have been one-on-one with Chris Toth. But it is a mental game, Jose. I know the coaches touched on their mental capacity as well. You know, the young players still don't have that experience, that quality experience in the playoffs. And that's all it is. It's the experience in the playoffs. It's getting that feel. I know they've been battle tested throughout the year, and just on the short end of the stick, so to speak, with some of those challenges.
Yeah, and it was a great start of the season for the Fury, if you recall. Great start for Adrian Perez, now, of course, in LAFC. So you're losing a player of that caliber. You see how the season goes on, and you're barely trying to get in 500. But like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Ryan, all of that goes out the window. All that matters is what's in front of you today, and in front of them is the Monterrey Flash. And so far, they're down 2-0.
A layoff there to Taiyu in a dangerous area. He knows what to do in that instance, Jose. It is a 3-0 lead for Monterrey.
And now the Monterrey Flash fans saying, all hail King Taiyu, as he goes and gets his 49th goal of the season here in Citizens Business Bank Arena. And just like that, the Fury down 3-0.
That's too easy of a finish for Taiyu. Tracking back defensively, you did see Holloman there on the replay. Just didn't make the right contact there. The right pressure that was given from the defenders. Too easy of a finish for Taiyu, and it's a 3-0 lead for Monterrey.
Yeah, and you can definitely see how difficult it's been for the Fury to get even a shot on goal throughout the first quarter and in a couple of minutes in the second quarter. And for the Flash, just way too easy to get that one in the back of the net.
4 shots for Ontario in that first quarter, all blocked, Jose. So Monterrey in the shooting lanes, disrupting any real threat off of the feet of Ontario Fury. Right now, a 3-0 lead for the visitors as Jones slowed down there, and Escalante will take it himself, steers it to the far side, and finds Chili Farias, excuse me. So a little bit of a break there as it was broken up in their attacking third for Monterrey. Jermaine Jones on the pressure now for Ontario. They just have to have some stability with possession here against Monterrey. Easier said than done, right? Best team in the Southwest Division. They won their last 5 of 6 after hiccuping last night against San Diego. It's not even a hiccup. You're playing the best team in the MASL in San Diego, but nonetheless a tough, difficult loss last night. This is a team that has so much leadership and so much experience in the playoffs, in the finals, and here they are really showing their character against a very young, hungry Ontario Fury club who's going to have to inch and claw their way back into this contest, Jose.
Yeah, this is a Monterrey Flash team that was in the final last year. So, like you mentioned, great experience, great players. So far, the Fury have a good mix-up, like you mentioned, veteran players with Jones, Concalves, Israel Cisse, and also a mix of young players with Dea Abreu and Holloman. So it's going to be a tough matchup, but nothing said it was going to be easy for you here in order to get into the Ron Newman Playoff Cup. So 10:47 left in the second quarter. You get one back, right? You're just within 2 goals, so anything can happen still early on in the game. So the Fury are just going to have to shake it off and, like I said, just get one opportunity, put it in the back of the net, and you're back in it.
Well, they waited until the second half against that game against San Diego just last week. They were down 3-1 at the half. They were losing 6-2. It was 4 unanswered goals and a tie game late in that contest. So they are capable definitely of scoring and finishing into the back of the net. It's just some sort of funk here so far in the first half. Let's see if they can snap out of it. Fans, tonight's jerseys are available for auction on the Live Source app right now. Download the app and bid. Bidding is still available until the end of the third quarter. You can own the Tapatio beef jerky jersey your Fury are wearing tonight. Go to the Live Source app to place your bids right now. Again, the bidding ends at the end of the third quarter. A 1-2 with Gonzalez and Jones to the near side is broken up. Maintaining possession now is Charlie Gonzalez. A little juggle around one defender. Made contact there to the midsection.
You see the technical abilities that Charlie Gonzalez has here. Look at that touch, control, picks it up, brings it back to his chest, back to his right, back to his chest. Gets hit and small enough, goes down, but these are the opportunities the Fury are going to have to capitalize in order to get a victory here tonight.
It is McNeely, and they'll utilize that timeout here. I think a good call for head coach Jimmy Nordberg and his staff. They want to draw something up. They want to take advantage, like you said, Jose. First quarter, they did have a couple set-piece opportunities, unsuccessful in doing so, obviously. And here we are in the second quarter, 9:41 remaining in the first half. They want to capitalize as best as possible here with a potential goal to get this thing, this game, this energy back into the arena here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. Fans, the MASL now has a podcast. You can join host Craig Elson as he talks to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and takes you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast. That is now available on the iTunes channel for podcasts. You can also tune in to Kick This. Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. You can also find all the action on social media, fans. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Also follow the Ontario Fury. All you have to do is search at Ontario Fury. Quiros now over the ball. Lays it off to De Abreu. You know, the best shooting lane so far tonight came off of that set-piece play there out of the timeout, partner.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's just crucial to go ahead and call a timeout in a situation. I love it when teams do that just because you get an opportunity to practice what you go ahead and try throughout the week. And unfortunately for the Fury.
McNeely drives it off the boards, and it is Jermaine Jones to inject life into this game for the Ontario Fury. They're on the board. They trail 3-1.
Another right-footed shot, another golazo for number 13, Mr. Jermaine Jones of the Ontario Fury. And hopefully this is exactly what the Fury need to go ahead and ignite them and start the night going. 1 goal back now, 2 goals down, 9:20 to go. Let's get this party going.
I'm down for that. Let's get this party going. A Sunday night here in Southern California. Let's give Jermaine Jones 10 goals on the season and his 12th point so far as well. Played off the boards there from McNeely. As you watch on the replay, no pressure applied there for Monterrey. Jones says thank you very much, finishes with quality, and here we are at 3-1.
Finishes with absolute quality, and if you look at there, the goalkeeper for the Flash just stood there standing like a complete statue. Almost looked like that Cristiano Ronaldo celebration where he just stands there, nothing in for through there, but what a rocket by Jermaine Jones, just putting that one to the back of the net and having the Fury back in it.
Well, Reynoso couldn't do anything about that, and that reminded me of last night's contest, a game-winning goal from Escoto of San Diego. Reynoso played such a brilliant game in goal for Monterrey, and that game-winning goal, partner, was just a rocket off of the foot of Escoto. Play on from the referees, and Echeverria will take control for the Ontario Fury.
Yeah, very fortunate. Or the Fury, the referee didn't call it a foul, but play on. Oh, Hughes thought that was the player, but it was the referee.
Well, Hughes gets lucky there, plays it right off the wall. Tayu not expecting that pass, and Hughes to collect. And now De Abreu will steer it into Jones. Shields off one defender, lays it off to Hughes, and then Holloman on the doorstep, deflected there from Monterrey, and it stays out.
Great stuff from Jones.
Jones felt pressure from the back of Tayu. Referees say play on, a counter here for Monterrey. De Abreu smartly plays it off the boards. Hughes with the deflection to Quiros, and just too much on that pass from Quiros near midfield into the hands of Reynoso. And to the far side, Monterrey works.
More of that from the Fury, though. They seem to start going ahead and connecting. Took them a little while to get themselves going here before the half ends, but they were able to get one and pull one back. But 7:30 left in the second quarter. Be ecstatic if they get another one here, but you got to be happy so far of your Jimmy Nordberg with what you see here in the second quarter.
Well, we all knew it wasn't going to be an easy task at all. The 4 remaining games of the regular season all here at home, but you're playing quality opponents in Monterrey, in San Diego. The 2 that were, I don't want to say gimme games, but games they were supposed to win against El Paso and Turlock, they did so. And with 7:15 remaining here in the second quarter, we'll be back. A 3-1 lead for Monterrey. Off of the left foot, right foot of Jermaine Jones tallies the score to a 3-1 Monterrey Flash lead here with 7:15 remaining in the first half. So 3 unanswered for Monterrey, and then 1 back for Ontario. Nearly out of the timeout, got 1 back there for Monterrey to the far side.
Yeah, that'll be the worst for the Fury. They were able to put that one in the back for the Monterrey Flash, just when you tried your best to put one back.
Echeverria right down the middle of the pitch. Gonzalez now will lay it off to Concalves.
Got into it, Brian.
A little too anxious there was Concalves. No option for him. He'll have to lay it off to Toth. And now Nunez steered to the far side in Quiros. Gonzalez now in the corner, far side. Echeverria decided to hold off on that left-footed shot attempt. Jones back onto the field. Tees it up with the right foot. That is deflected.
Flash playing great defense here, not allowing anything, or allowing any space for the Fury to get any shot in front of goal, but just takes it one decent shot to get the goalie contested here, and the Fury have 6 minutes in the quarter to do so.
I count 6 deflected shots off of the defenders of Monterrey. The King now to the far side, 1v1 against Cisse. Shielded off, forced to the far side boards. Gonzalez says, "Thank you, Izzy." Steers it to Jones to the far side. Laid off for Reyes, intercepted there from Tayu.
Need a better ball from Jermaine there, probably the only time he won't do so there tonight.
A 2-on-1 developing with Vaca to the near side, deflected there from the youngster Holloman. Tried to tee it up with his left foot was Torres Gonzalez. Now on the break of Fury, a 3-on-2 with Nunez down the middle. To the near side is Reyes. Dance around one defender, maintaining possession now. Holloman will steer it to De Abreu. And then McNeely on the rebound, unsuccessful, just wide. So energy injected back into this play as Ontario better on possession. Don't want to get caught on the counter attack though, as a toe poke defensively from Reyes is broken up. Handball, no call there. Unintentional off of the shoulder of Picardo.
Back and forth stuff. Great action here from both teams. But the Fury are once again fortunate that the counterattack wasn't there for Vaca, but it's a back and forth. Jermaine's back in it. 4:37 left in the second quarter. If they could get one back, it's anybody's game.
Well, you see a deep man as a point of attack for Monterrey. It looks like that is Farias. Chile Farias.
What a veteran. So many years of experience in the league.
And here we are right down the middle of the pitch. It is Torres Gonzalez. A little Let's Go Fury fans in support. Great crowd here tonight on Fan Appreciation Night here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. And all the fans across the MASL, whether you're a fan of the South Central, whether you're a fan of the Eastern Division, whether you're a fan of the Southwest, and of course, obviously, if you're a fan of the Pacific, here we are. Last regular season game of the MASL takes place here tonight. And what's at stake for the Ontario Fury is a trip to the playoffs to match up against San Diego as they wait in the wings. And Tacoma anxiously awaiting the result as well. If Ontario loses, Tacoma advances. Cisse trickled off of his foot there to the far side and into the hands of Reynoso.
It's a great heel there by Jermaine Jones. Israel Cisse not able to get quite enough of a touch on it, but here come the Fury.
Cisse now to the near side. So if Ontario and Tacoma finish with identical records at 12-12, it will be Ontario. Right now, Tacoma at that even 500 mark at 12 wins, 12 losses. Ontario at 11-12, trying to get their 12th win on the year. What a crazy roller coaster it has been. Going 3-1 in their first 4, losing their next 6 of 7, getting back with a 3-game win streak to propel themselves into the playoff picture. And here we are with the regular season finale against the top team in the Southwest in Monterrey. Echeverria shoved off of that ball, earns a free kick after Marco Antonio Tovar made contact with him. It was shoulder to shoulder at first, and then arm extended there, calls for the whistle. You see the slightest push
hands
off
on play.
there.
Hands on play here in soccer, so if you're Tovar, you're not happy with the call there, but you can't be extending your hands out there. It's more of a body-to-body kind of action here, and Jermaine Jones in front of the ball to see if the Fury can capitalize.
2:35 remaining here in the first half from Ontario. Jones will just fire away. That's deflected. Echeverria! The volley attempt, all quality for Anibal Echeverria. And here we are at 3-2.
Mr. Anibal Echeverria with another right-footed rocket. It didn't come from the side of Jermaine Jones this time, but it comes from Echeverria as he one-times that one right into the back of the net. As you see the netting just shake, 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 shake. And it's 3-2 here. Monterrey, 1-goal lead here with 2:35 left in the quarter.
Like I said, last contest against San Diego, they were down by 4. And late in that quarter, they injected 4 goals into the net, got themselves right back into the contest. That volley attempt was pure quality off of that right foot. Reynoso barely saw it as it whizzed by his right shoulder. A 3-2 lead for Monterrey. And Tayu now for the flash near midfield. Marcus Jordan makes contact. Holloman helps him up. But that's how you're going to have to play the King.
Yeah.
You're going to have to double team this guy, Frank Tayu, to make sure there's no real threat in the end coming off of either his right or left foot, for that matter.
Yeah, just trying to keep it contained for the rest of the game here for, if you're the Fury, get the King at 0. So he already got a goal against you, but it's anybody's game now with 2:10 left in the quarter.
Dancing around one defender and 2. That goes right off of the post. That was a shot attempt off of the foot of... Thankfully, the energy remains here with Ontario. Jordan is tied up to the near side with Garcia, defender formerly of the Solis de Sonora club. Tangled up, earns a free kick, minute 52 remaining in the first half. Deep ball sent in for Tayu. Holloman says, not right now. Toth with a wonderful save off the fingertips for Ontario. Critical for Ontario to keep the score as is or add to their tally. to carry over any momentum into the second half. Early on, it was Monterrey, minute and a half into tonight's contest. It was already 1-0. Intended there to the far side of Aguilar, off of the foot of Reynoso, up and out of bounds. Restart to the far side for the home team, Ontario Fury. Wearing jerseys that you can bid on. All you have to do is download the Live Source app. Bidding ends at the end of the third quarter. Get those jerseys off of their backs into your hands, Ontario Fury fans. Cisse off of the near side boards. Not the exact bounce that the captain wanted off of those near side boards. Reynoso now for Monterrey. To the near side is Frank Tayu. Switch of the field there. Monterrey working in their attacking half. Settled down by Escalante. Jones with the pressure here for Ontario. Hughes steps up for additional pressure as well. Escalante will switch it back to the near side. 35 ticks remaining here in the first half. Vaca on the ball for Monterrey. Escalante now. They'll gobble up some seconds here to close out the first half. Tayu on the ball. Defended there from Quiros. Two former teammates tangling to the near side boards in the corner. Quiros defensively for Ontario along with Hughes. And with 8.7 seconds remaining, there was a whistle to that near side corner. And now Echeverria will pin it against the boards. And I did not hear a whistle, but there was a stoppage of play with 3.5 seconds remaining. It'll be an Ontario Fury ball here. This will tick away, and coming up just at the break, head coach Jimmy Nordberg of the Ontario Fury and his boys sit in a 1-goal deficit. So far, it was a 3-0 lead for Monterrey and a pair of unanswered goals for the home team, Ontario Fury. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg will get some time here with Jose Duran down on the pitch. Want to remind you fans, you can get these jerseys if you download the Live Source app. You can bid up until the end of the third quarter. So tonight's jerseys, the Tapatio beef jerky jersey that the Fury are wearing tonight, you can bid on those jerseys, get those jerseys off of their backs into your hands, and you can bid on the Live Source app. All you have to do is download the app, available on any smartphone. Download the app, and you can bid on jerseys like Jermaine Jones, Charlie Gonzalez, Victor Quiros, Chris Toth as well. If you joined us late, it was 3 unanswered from the visitors, Monterrey Flash. A goal from Chapa Flores made it 1-0. Eric Rosas tallied, made it 2-0 at the end of 1 quarter of play. The King, Frank Tayu, made it a 3-0 lead for the visitors. And then it was Jones and Echeverria, back-to-back goals for the Ontario Fury, and this is the halftime score at 3-2. Also want to remind you fans, follow all the social media for the MASL. As the halftime interview now for Jose Duran and head coach Jimmy Nordberg.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here with head coach Jimmy Nordberg of the Ontario Fury. Coach, getting a goal scored on in the first minute and 30 seconds of a game is never easy. Going down 3-0, what happened there?
Yeah, I think we came out a little flat, and Monterrey jumped on us. We made a couple errors that are not normal for us. So, I'm happy for the guys. We came back hard, and we got the game to 3-2 in the second quarter, so very, very pleased.
Yeah, absolutely. Never easy to go down 3-0. You're able to cut the lead to 2. Heading into the second half, what do you want to see from your team now? One goal now.
Yeah, I think we got to get the ball lower. I think we're winning the ball a lot off of the press. Now we got to be productive with it. So we got to put the ball in lower areas, shoot the ball off of the boards, and flood the box and get goals. Hopefully we can come out and get this game, get 8-9 goals.
Absolutely. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Head coach Jimmy Nordberg of the Ontario Fury. 3-2 score for Monterrey. If you're able to get 2 back before the half, all the action coming back in the second half should be a good one here from Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Halftime score here from Ontario. A 3-2 lead for the visiting Monterrey Flash. The Ontario Fury would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Mitre is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Mitre share a long-term vision. After these messages at the halftime break, we'll be back. A 3-2 lead for Monterrey.
Move towards a better life with the Orthopedic and Robotic Center at Casa Colina. Our Revive Joint Replacement Program offers board-certified orthopedic surgeons and robotic surgical precision for improved fit, balance, and feel of your new joint. Each patient benefits from a dedicated orthopedic team and an individualized surgical plan for less pain, quicker recovery, and improved outcomes. Casa Colina Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, where better begins.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Everyone deserves a safe, clean place to call home, where children can grow and thrive. At National Community Renaissance, we are addressing our nation's housing crisis, building in tough neighborhoods and creating communities that support academic achievement, economic mobility, and improved health. With an integrated team of professionals, National Core is transforming lives and communities in California, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. To learn more, visit nationalcore.org.
Califino, treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Arena. A 3-2 lead for the visiting Monterrey Flash. It was 3 unanswered goals and then a pair of goals to make it interesting here at the half. We'll be back shortly right here on 11 Sports USA.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here with Luis Jaime Borrego, head coach of the Monterrey Flash. Coach, 3-2 lead now getting into the second half. What does the Monterrey have to do to get this game close, already being in the playoffs? 3-2, la ventaja que tiene el Monterrey Flash. ¿Qué es lo que tiene que tener el Flash para salir con la victoria ahorita, ya que están metidos en los playoffs? ¿Cómo es la mentalidad que tienen que tener los jugadores?
Bueno, ser inteligentes para manejar el juego y mantener la ventaja que tenemos, de hacer cambios rápidos, hacer las rotaciones, hacer que el equipo contrario haga un desgaste físico.
He said in order for them to come out of here victorious, be smart, be patient, make the right rotations when you have to, and make the Fury make mistakes. So we'll see how it goes for the Monterrey Flash here in the second quarter with a 3-2 lead. Back to you, Brian. Thank you so much, Jose Luis. Coach, best of luck in the second half. Suerte en el segundo tiempo.
Muchas gracias y éxito.
Thank you.
The halftime score inside Citizens Business Bank Arena, a 3-2 lead for the Monterrey Flash. Monterrey coming off a narrow defeat last night at Pechanga Arena in San Diego. As Jose will give us the details on his halftime interviews with head coach of the Ontario Fury, Jimmy Nordberg, and the head coach of the Monterrey Flash, Luis Jaime Borrego. Halftime stats so far tonight. Total shots for the home team Ontario Fury. They had a flurry of shot attempts in that second quarter. After only 4 in the opening quarter, they produced 12 shots there. A total of 16-4 total shots favoring the home team Ontario Fury. as the Monterrey Flash injecting themselves into the playoff picture well into the end of the regular season. We'll be back with the second half here from Ontario. A 3-2 lead for Monterrey.
Have you ever experienced a tequila aged 7 years in an American oak barrel and finished off 1 year in a French oak barrel? Califino, treat yourself to the fino things in life. Use promo code FINO30 to get 30% off your entire order. Buy now on califinotequila.com.
My name is Blair Underwood. 3 years ago, I started Omega XL as a part of my daily healthy lifestyle routine. It's changed my life. I'm here to share my knowledge about this amazing supplement. Omega XL is a natural omega-3 product that is very effective at reducing pain due to inflammation. I rarely endorse any product, but Omega XL is different because it works.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation, including swelling, daily aches and pains, back pain, and swollen joints.
No, I'm not weighed down by the burden of pain. It's changed my life. Omega XL, it works.
Start taking this product and you're going to be really happy with the results.
When you're in pain, that's all you can think of.
Omega XL offers a 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order.
You don't have to accept living a life with pain.
Call now or visit us on the web.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Move towards a better life with the Orthopedic and Robotic Center at Casa Colina. Our Revive Joint Replacement Program offers board-certified orthopedic surgeons and robotic surgical precision for improved fit, balance, and feel of your new joint. Each patient benefits from a dedicated orthopedic team and an individualized surgical plan for less pain, quicker recovery, and improved outcomes. Casa Colina Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, where better begins.
Back here in Southern California, alongside Jose Duran, I'm Brian Tabajay, live here on 11 Sports USA. The final game of the regular season in the MSL. Jose, here we are at 3-2. Stakes for Ontario Fury. Big dividends, not only to their team, but Tacoma and San Diego as well. The Pacific Divisional matchup is yet to be determined. We have 30 minutes to play in regulation. A 3-2 lead for the Monterrey Flash. Jose, what did you like, what did you not like in that first half?
Well, absolutely did not like the way, of course, the Fury started the game. When you can see the goal in the first minute and 30 seconds is never great in terms of morale and the intensity you're going to bring up. But as the game progressed, they were able to go ahead and contain a great Monterrey Flash. And honestly, 3 goals is definitely something that the Monterrey Flash could have extended in that. But I really like the fact that the Fury shows composure, character in that second quarter, and able to get that lead cut down to 1.
So the Eastern Division of the MSL playoffs is set with Baltimore and Utica. The South Central Division is all set with Kansas City and Milwaukee. And then the Southwest Division is all set with RGV and a matchup against these very same Monterrey Flash. Shot seconds into the second half here off of the arms of Chris Toth. And then, of course, the Pacific Division awaiting to see if it is Ontario that'll match up against San Diego, or will it be the Tacoma Stars waiting in the wings in Tacoma. And there's the goal that they need to make it interesting here. It's all tied up seconds into the second half.
Victor Quiros. Then it was Aníbal Echeverria. And before that, Jermaine Jones. 3 of the new acquired players in throughout the middle of the season for the Fury, making an impact in the most important game of the season so far for the Fury. And just like that, it's 3-3.
Well, a broken play there. It looked like it was deflected, and then Reynoso might have gotten screened from his teammate at the very last second, as it was a shot that was deflected, and then Picardo just in front of his goalkeeper, Reynoso. But you talked about goal scorers in this game, Jose.
Yeah.
In Jones, in Echeverria, in Quiros, they were brought in for a reason, and they are playing big dividends here with playoff hopes alive here in Southern California. Want to welcome all the fans joining in from Tacoma and San Diego. Fans, you'll get the result in just about 2 quarters of play here left in regulation from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Healthy crowd on till tonight. The final MASL regular season matchup is here in Ontario, California. Fan appreciation night for all the fans who can bid on these jerseys as well. All you have to do is download the Live Source app to bid on the Tapatio beef jerky jerseys off of their backs into your hands, fans. Fans will also enjoy some player interaction on the pitch after tonight's game. Autographs and all that fun stuff, 25% off too, additional on the team store sale. I think I'm going to have to find my way to some merchandise after tonight's game.
Get some merchandise before, hopefully, the playoffs start for the Fury and all the Ontario fans here. But 3-3 games so far here in beautiful Citizens Business Bank Arena, and hope the Fury are able to go ahead and take charge, because one thing is able to come back and get into this lead and tie it up. Another thing is just take the whole charge and get a lead. It's been difficult for the Fury. Did that when they were able to come back against San Diego. The Sockers just took off right after that.
Well, you always talk about, Jose, the next 2 minutes after a critical goal, right? It's 3-3 now. Seconds into this second half of play here from Ontario, and the next 2 minutes will hopefully inject more life into this arena. And they've clawed their way back after a 3-0 deficit, 3 unanswered of their own for the home team Ontario Fury. Trying to solidify as a diving header there. Favors the Monterrey Flash. Nothing you can do about that, Chris Toth. He was moving to his right. The header from Eric Rosas into the net, and it is a 4-3 Flash lead.
What a goal by the Monterrey Flash. No, that's a golazo with a diving header. Nothing Chris Toth could do there, but once again, yet another assist by the veteran Chile Farias, able to go ahead and get the ball up in the air there, and Eric Rosas able to go ahead and just do that diving of a bird-like header into the back, and just like that, it's 4-3.
So to the far side corner, as you see on your TV screen now, we did not see what happened after the play, after the goal was scored. Looks like one of the Monterrey Flash players in some discomfort to the far side. Maybe shaken up, a little bit of contact there during that play. We did not see any contact to the Monterrey Flash player, and I can't see who it is exactly favoring his left shoulder right now, walking on his own power.
It's a goal scorer, Eric Rosas.
Oh, that is so diving for that header, sacrificing his body, making contact with the ground.
Yeah, that's what you do here if you're a soccer player. No matter what way you get it in, it's just as long as the ball does hit the netting, and you can see he took the worst part of it there, the way he landed. But if you're a head coach, Luis Jaime Borrego, very scary scene there, seeing a player fall down, a key player like Rosas is, before heading into the playoffs against RGV.
Jones on the ball now, shields off one defender. Frank Tayu trying to mix it up and trips him. It looks like it might be a blue card. Referee's kind of hesitant so far, but nothing's shown. A quick restart was broken up, and then the referee say, wait until my whistle is blown on the restart. That is senior official Shane Butler, referee Ron Corey, assistant referee Art Mitchell, and fourth official Dennis Vargas. 12:45 remaining here in the third quarter. A foul from Monterrey, and Frank Tayu, Jones, and Quiros over the ball for Ontario. Quiros to the near side, off the foot of De Abreu. Fingertip save there from Reynoso. What did the head coaches have to say at the half, Jose?
Yeah, talked to head coach Luis Jaime Borrego about what exactly has to do with the Flash. A team already qualified for the playoffs. To beat the Fury, he has to be quicker. The rotations have to be on point, but most importantly, capitalize on the mistakes by the Fury, and he'll get out of here with a victory.
Kind of shocked to see the King on the pitch, starting the game and still playing here in the second half with their playoff position solidified. But hey, you want to earn that second playoff position to represent the Pacific, why not do it with a full squad here against Monterrey? Now on the counter, 2-on-none for Monterrey to the far side. Broken up there from De Abreu. They'll take the defensive clearance, no doubt about that. So they had to track back defensively, as you see on the replay, sprinting back De Abreu and Quiros, and Gonzalez for that matter.
This is the second time tonight we see Miguel Vaca from the Flash. Just a second too late on his passes, and the Fury, fortunate enough, the pass does come late, and they'll take instead a restart over a goal there anytime.
On the restart for Monterrey. Deflection there from Ontario. Well done on that restart. So a slew of shot attempts in that second quarter, Jose, after held to a minimal 2 shots in the opening quarter. 16-4 shots, but a 4-3 game here favoring the Flash. To the far side, it is Holloman. Shot attempt, no real threat there. Reynoso says, come on, man. You can do better than that, can't you?
Yeah, just easy to save that. Reynoso will have there tonight, but Holloman, your boy, we've seen him get a rocket off that right foot, so any attempts, especially if they could get the rebound, will help here the Fury.
Do not egg him on. Or egg him on, either way. We would love to see a response from the youngster Holloman. Off of the boards, Reyes now the closest Fury player, and then settle down right near midfield for the Flash. What a ball there, switch of the field to the near side. Defender there from Reyes, it is Vaca, and then trip up, I believe, non-contact there. So not what you want to see. Head trainer Gil Sadivar onto the pitch.
Hopefully he's nothing too serious here, but 10:48 left in the third quarter. So far, Monterrey able to get one in front of the Fury after that great 3-0 comeback so far here in the third. But you're the Fury, like I mentioned, we wanted to go ahead and get that advantage and go on top of the Flash. It's hard to get the tie, but now just like that, in a heartbeat, they're down 4-3 again.
Jose, I didn't see who the player was to the near side. Let's see if we can get a better shot there. But the Ontario Fury would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands. Starting production in 1817, Mitre is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and M2. The MASL and Mitre share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Mitre's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. Mitre's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball, and it has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. The Major Arena Soccer League on 11 Sports, dedicated to delivering world-class sports and lifestyle entertainment. 11 Sports USA is the exclusive national broadcasting partner of the MASL. Still an injury timeout here to the near side boards. That is team president and general manager Bernie Lilavois, head trainer Gil Sadivar, paying close attention.
It looks like it's Marcus Jordan, and if it is him, it's not a good sign. As we saw head coach President Bernie Lilavois do he's done kind of a notion over there for Marcus Jordan. He's putting the jersey over his head, so hopefully it's nothing too serious, but it's that left foot of his, that great speedy Marcus Jordan foot that he's able to go ahead and bounce off of. Not looking good.
Well, I didn't see any contact, Jose, and correct me if I'm wrong here. If there wasn't any, those are some instances to where those are the roughest injuries.
Yeah. especially if in soccer. I mean, you tend to see that in other sports too, in basketball too, a wrong footing or something. But if you're here in soccer and you go down with absolutely no contact, not a good sign.
Fans want to remind you that tonight's jerseys are available on an auction on the LifeSource app. Right now, download the app and bid, or right now, bidding ends at the end of the third quarter. So you have 10 minutes, 48 seconds to bid. A 4-3 lead for Monterrey. Injury timeout. We'll be back from Ontario, California. California here at Citizens Business Bank Arena, an injury timeout. It looks as if Marcus Jordan, a member of the Ontario Fury, got shaken up. What seemed to be a non-contact injury, hit the turf, and unfortunately needs the stretcher to get off of the field. An unfortunate end here for the youngster.
Yeah, something you never want to see for any soccer player, but overall any athlete. The non-contact injury, it seems to me we can't get a confirmation exactly what happened, but that image is seen there when you see a stretcher or end of field. It's not a good thing, but man, I feel for Marcus Jordan because he's such a great, talented player, and just the energy that he brings on every game. We all know that he has a great speed, a great left foot, and it's something you absolutely don't want to see on anybody here.
Marcus Jordan in and out of the lineup throughout the regular season for head coach Jimmy Nordberg. Did have some experience here in Ontario last season. Marcus Jordan, part of the quote-unquote young core of this team.
The core, and also has international experience. Was in the Pan American Mini Football Championship game in Guatemala this past summer 2018 with the United States Arena soccer team. So he has that international experience. Great player, great up-and-coming player for the Fury. Unfortunately here, crossing our fingers, sending prayers his way that it's nothing too crucial here.
Yeah, it's always, we keep referring back to the non-contact injury. We're going to wait for some footage here and some further updates from down on the field to see just how severe it is. Hopefully, like you said, partner, nothing too severe in his aspect. We heard the gripe from upstairs. Yeah. No Monterrey Flash player was around him at that time. And he couldn't turn when he was laying down on the field. So not a good sign here from Ontario, but nonetheless, action will continue. And let's see if they can fight a little bit stronger, a little bit harder for their teammate Marcus Jordan in the Eastern Division. The MSL playoffs are all set, fans. On the 18th of April, which is next week, the South Central Division will kick off the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Kansas City will host the Milwaukee Wave. Milwaukee at 21-3 overall at the Silverstein Eye Center's Arena. That is a 7:35 local kickoff time there in Kansas City. Game 2 will be on the 20th, a 2:05 local start. Milwaukee will play host to Kansas City at the UW Milwaukee Panther Arena. As you hear the applauses around Citizens Business Bank Arena for Marcus Jordan, who unfortunately will not continue here.
Give a thumbs up for the fans as he's hearing it from them as well. The Marcus Jordan chants are coming up. It's very unfortunate to see any player, any athlete just there on the stretcher, just the way he is. Hopefully nothing too severe, like you said, Ryan.
In the Eastern Division, that matchup is all set, Jose. The Baltimore Blast will match up against the Utica City FC. Overall records for both teams, 17-7. Utica earning the Eastern title on the goal differential. That first game will be at the SECU Arena. And Baltimore, game 2 will be a local kickoff time at 6:30. That'll be at the Adirondack Bank Center. And if there's a game 3, that'll be at the 9:30 local kickoff time between Utica City and Baltimore. The Eastern Division playoff matchup as we're getting ready to restart here. Fan Appreciation Night here in Ontario, California. First 1,500 fans did receive what you see on your screens, the rally towels here inside Citizens Business Bank Arena. Fan Appreciation Night fans, you can also bid on the jerseys that they are currently wearing, the Tapatio Beef Jerky jerseys off of their backs into your hands, autographed jerseys. You can download the Live Source app right now, bid on the jerseys, and win that bid. And a restart coming here. 10:45 remaining in the third quarter from Ontario, Southern California, the Inland Empire. A lot of fans tuning in from San Diego and Tacoma. We want to welcome you back inside CBBA. Daft touch there off of the foot of the Monterrey Flash.
It's going to be interesting what team gets affected more by the stop. You know, it's both teams just sort of standing around, legs are wasted. Or might it be a benefit for the Monterrey Flash, who did have a bank from last night from San Diego? Either way, we'll see that the Fury has to, once again, Brian, climb from a deficit. First off, down 3-0, now just a goal back, but we'll see if it has what they have, what it takes. We know they have the talent. It's just about concluding and putting it in the back of the net, something that the Fury have struggled with all season long.
Goal scorers for Monterrey, Chapa Flores, Eric Rosas with a pair of goals, and then Frank Tayu. Everyone knows that name in the MASL, had a goal as well. Goal scorers for the Ontario Fury, Jermaine Jones, Anibal Echeverria, off the head there from McNeely. And then Victor Quiros tallied it, made it an even score. The last goal scored just minutes ago here in the third quarter. 9:42 remaining here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, an injury to one of the Ontario Fury team members in Marcus Jordan. Unfortunately, he will not continue in tonight's contest. A layoff pass there too. Reyes steers it to the far side, and Hughes! Oh. And a 1-2 almost worked out for the Fury in that instance. McNeely maintaining possession. Jones will steer it to Echeverria to the near side. No one on the far side to receive that pass off the boards, and McNeely to reset here at midfield.
Big pressure by the Fury, just mounting the offensive powerhouse on top of the Flash, and they're just in a defensive stand mode, and here come the Fury.
Hughes on the field tonight for Ontario. Did have some well-deserved rest the last handful of games on the bench for the Fury. He's on the field for that veteran leadership. Settled down here for Echeverria. I think his eyes opened up wide. A volley attempt that close. No real defender in his way. Just skied it.
He was able to get the laces just right perfectly on that first rocket off his right foot. He thought he saw green light once again. Not the best of shot. Just goes way over the goalpost here. This guy's way too under it.
Cisse now going 1v1 against one of the MASL's best in Tayo! Oh! And a deflection there from Maicon de Abreu. We're all tied up in the third quarter.
Do your dance, Michael. Do your dance. Do your dance, Michael. Do your dance, as he has us accustomed to doing that Fortnite celebration. But my goodness, what a golazo here by the Fury. Michael knew exactly what Israel Ceesay was doing there. He just opened up. He knew that shot was coming, and all he had to do is put that heel back into it. What a beautiful goal by the Fury, and it's tied up here once again in the third.
Maicon drifting in that box, Jose. No defensive presence on his backside, and he steered it in with a tip in here. 8.5 remaining in the third quarter. All tied again from Ontario.
Yeah, we mentioned a couple of minutes ago what that break of play was going to be. Who is it going to be affecting the most? And it seems so far here that it's affecting the Monterrey Flash, as we've seen nothing but the Fury in the last couple of minutes.
Quiros trying to earn the ball there. Called for a foul.
Very smart by Rosas, just bothering. I mean, knew that's the contact was going to come, and more likely not, the official's going to call that in your favor.
LAFC supporters in the building again, representing the Inland Empire, the 32-52. So you hear them in the background chanting for their boys here in Ontario. Playoff lives at stake here for the Fury. If they win, they're in. They lose, they're done. Last time they made the playoffs, it was a heartbreaking Game 3 loss to the San Diego Sockers, though it was rising off the foot of Picardo. Last time they matched up, it was a Game 3 loss here in Citizens Business Bank Arena. I still feel that heartbreak, and the fans still know that that's the last time they matched up against San Diego. Let's see if they can match up again here to close out the regular.
Everyone deserves a safe, clean place to call home, where children can grow and thrive. At National Community Renaissance, we are addressing our nation's housing crisis, building in tough neighborhoods and creating communities that support academic achievement, economic mobility, and improved health. With an integrated team of professionals, National Core is transforming lives and communities in California, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. To learn more, visit nationalcore.org.
My name is Blair Underwood. 3 years ago, I started taking Omega XL as a part of my daily healthy lifestyle routine. It's changed my life. I'm here to share my knowledge about this amazing supplement. Omega XL is a natural omega-3 product that is very effective at reducing pain due to inflammation. I rarely endorse any product, but Omega XL is different because it works.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation, including swelling, daily aches and pains, back pain, and swollen joints.
Oh, I'm not weighed down by the burden of pain. It's changed my life. Omega XL, it works.
Start taking this product and you're going to be really happy with the results.
When you're in pain, that's all you can think of.
Omega XL offers a 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order.
You don't have to accept living a life with pain.
Call now or visit us on the web.
From Southern California, I want to welcome fans all across the MASL. The last regular season game taking place here from Southern California. Monterrey now on the break after the restart. Choked well off of his back line and defends there brilliantly for Ontario, forcing the ball back out.
Yeah, you could tell Crystal takes a big breather.
Jeff Hughes was crossed over there from Aguilar. That shot steered wide. 7:17 remaining here in the third quarter.
Fortunate out of Fury there that nothing was able, but the Flash once again on a counter strike just not be able to be effective. It's about 2 or 3 already plays that they should have already put it away, but for the Fury, you're happy it hasn't happened.
It was a 3-0 lead for the Flash. Ontario came back and tied it up at 3. Monterrey, dangerous play there from Reynoso. Jones pressuring for Ontario. Ontario worked their way back, tied it up at 3. And they lead again off of the foot of Rosas to make it 4-3. And then it was De Abreu who just tied it just a minute ago for Ontario.
Great battle by Jones, just winning it back and making his presence felt there.
Ontario pressuring here. Gonzalez to the near side. Defended there 1v1, turns the ball over. Frank Tayu on the break here for the Flash. He'll settle it down momentarily, and they'll switch the field to find Aguilar to the far side. Defended there from McNeely. Back onto the pitch is the veteran Victor Quiros. Finds himself on the stat sheet tonight with one helper so far. 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. You touched on the pickups mid-season. Quiros, Echeverria, Concalves, and of course Jermaine Jones paying dividends here in this finale with playoff stakes high as you can get here for the MASL. Last regular season game, you win one at home against one of the top teams in the MASL, and you earn a trip to the Ron Newman Cup playoffs against, here's your reward, the best team in the MASL, the San Diego Sockers out of the Pacific. Record-breaking year for that team and that franchise. 0-6 are the Ontario Fury against them this year, but that goal differential is something to be proud of for the Ontario Fury. Overall, not fortunate on the win side against San Diego, but San Diego, Phil Salvaggio, Craig Childs, they always know how to play this Ontario Fury team with the best composure and effort. Ontario Fury always trying to match up with them. Let's see if it happens again on Friday night in the playoffs.
That'll be an amazing battle once again. If those games are anything from what we had here a couple of weeks ago, we're in for a treat.
McNeely, long distance shot attempt deflected. That's actually, partner, the first time I've seen a deflected shot since early on in the opening quarter. Thankfully for Ontario, generating better shooting lanes. And here we are on a 1-2. Held up there momentarily from Quiros. Overlapping to the far side is Hughes. He'll steer it to the near side. McNeely pinching in, and they'll have to track back defensively. On the break to the far side, a 2-on-1 developing. To the near side, the Flash working. McNeely looking back defensively for Ontario. Off of the knees, into the hands of Toth. And that pressure is thankfully non-existent after Kinez was pressuring there for Monterrey. All tied up here, partner, 4-piece.
Just amazed by the talent of Chile Farias. He's able to move the whole midfield with a great touch and putting his players right where they have to be. And because of him, he has 2 assists, 2 goals, 4 goals in total for the Flash. But important stuff here as a dead ball restart for the Fury.
Well, Jermaine Jones creating havoc in his attacking third, tripped up there from Escalante. Escalante and him trying to get to know each other a little bit more. Jones on the restart for Ontario. Nearly gets that upper 90 to the far side. And then Hughes and Reynoso. Brilliant save there from the Flash goalkeeper. Charlie Gonzalez, volley attempt there off of Jones. High pressure here shown from Ontario. Jones collecting for Ontario. Hughes will reset with his goalkeeper in tow.
Save of the night for Reynoso there. Just the fingertips keeps the Fury out of the scoreboard. In this game, still 4-4.
Well, this is exactly what you want as far as a response for the Ontario Fury. Charlie Gonzalez now 1v1 against Chile. Jones swarmed by all of the Monterrey Flash there. Trying to earn the ball back for Ontario. Cisse utilizing that speed and quickness to earn the ball back for the Fury.
3 players pouncing on Jermaine Jones, but that's the only way you're going to stop him here. One-on-one, he'll beat you every time.
Streaking it down the middle of the pitch. Now the ball ends up with Reyes. You can bid on these jerseys, fans. The Tapatio Beef Jerky jerseys off of their backs into your hands. Download the Live Source app right now. Bidding ends at the end of the third quarter. You have 2.5 minutes to go here for bidding. The Flash earn the ball back here in their defensive half. They'll settle things down. Reynoso says, "Calmate.
Yep.
Let's look things over."
Putting calm and ease there, but they want to get control back of this game, Brian. They haven't had as much of it in the third quarter ever since we saw that break earlier with Marcus Jordan going down. It's been all Fury, but still tied. So hopefully the Fury able to get 1 or 2 back here to close the quarter will be just picture perfect for them heading for the last couple of minutes of the game.
There's a double team to the far side with De Abreu and Holloman. De Abreu and Holloman win that battle momentarily. A back pass avoided there from Toth after Reyes. I don't know if he knew exactly how close he was. Jones earns the ball back, lays it off to Concalves. Thiago, 1v1, nearly got it in off of the crossbar.
Ooh.
Boy, it was just the slightest of touches to himself to set up his right foot, inches away from taking the lead.
He made the exact right decision. He had Jermaine Jones to his right, and in a split second, he goes, I go right at it, just inches away from it being a 5-4 Fury lead.
Reynoso may have got his fingertips, even fingernails, on that ball to deflect it. Concalves with the best quality opportunity after that goal score from De Abreu. Pressuring here is Concalves. Earns the ball back. Well, I thought they did, actually. Quiros, high pressure here from Ontario. On the overlapping run, Monterrey on the break. McNeely back. Concalves trying to get back for Ontario as well. Held up there. Referees say play on. And then a whistle, a late whistle.
Good
but
foul.
A whistle nonetheless. That is a foul you take.
Yeah.
Like they say in the NBA, take the foul.
Yep.
Right?
I'm surprised he doesn't get a card there. McNeely does, but fortunately the referee lets him play. They get a shot, lets him keep on playing. Great for the referee. Great call there, and able to go ahead and pull it back for a free kick for the Flash.
Let's see if the Flash utilize a timeout here. 43.2 remaining in the third quarter. If you joined us late, it was a 3-0 lead for the Monterrey Flash. And then it was very quickly 3 unanswered for the Fury with Jones, Echeverria, and Quiros. And then Monterrey took the lead again with Rosas. And then De Abreu tied it up here early on in the third quarter. On the restart for Monterrey. They'll work it to the near side. They'll reset with Reynoso.
Important for the Fury to close out this quarter and not allowing the Flash to get on top.
Dangerous back play there from McNeely. It was off of the chest. It would have been, but not really the play you want to do there.
Yeah,
even
dangerous.
with Toth in the net, you had 2 defenders right there, or 2 attackers in this case, right there on the doorstep. Thankfully, it sailed up and out of bounds. Hughes now on the restart for Ontario. Toth looking over his options for a deep ball. Steers it in the vicinity of Quiros. Laid off to Cisse, and now Echeverria. Hughes looks over the time. Steers it to Gonzalez. Under 10 seconds now. Hughes pressuring to the near side. Quiros does have a few seconds to get a shot off. Hughes doesn't get the shot attempt off. And talk about a high-pressure fourth quarter coming up here to wind down in the regular season. We're all tied at 4 apiece. The fourth quarter of play here from Ontario coming up in just a few minutes on 11 Sports USA.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Why not help guarantee those you love $250,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct? Less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. Make the future more secure for those you love.
Call 1-800-723-8547.
Everyone deserves a safe, clean place to call home, where children can grow and thrive. At National Community Renaissance, we are addressing our nation's house crisis, building in tough neighborhoods and creating communities that support academic achievement, economic mobility, and improved health. With an integrated team of professionals, National Core is transforming lives and communities in California, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. To learn more, visit nationalcore.org.
Treat yourself to the finer things in life.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Back and forth we go here from Ontario, California, from Citizens Business Bank Arena. What a better way to start the fourth quarter. All tied at 4. Playoff hopes alive here in Ontario, California. Want to welcome all the viewers from Tacoma and San Diego. That's the MASL, your regular season finale here in the MASL. With Monterrey visiting Ontario, the Inland Empire in Southern California, after back-to-back games. A tough way to end their regular season, but their playoff position is already solidified. They'll visit RGV to start things off, and then play host in Game 2 and potentially Game 3 in that mini-game at Arena Monterrey. To represent that Southwest Division, that play starts on Friday the 19th, a local kickoff time of 7 p.m. In the Eastern Division, Game 1 is all set for Saturday the 20th. Baltimore will play host to Utica City FC. And then in the South Central, Game 1, Thursday the 18th, 7:35, a local kickoff time, as Kansas City will play host to the Milwaukee Wave. Milwaukee at 21-3 overall, Kansas City at 13-11. That game will take place at Silverstein Eye Centers Arena. And then Game 2 on the 20th, local kickoff time at 2:05 p.m. as Milwaukee will play host to Kansas City at UW Milwaukee Panther Arena. If you haven't seen their pitch, man, that is a thing of beauty down there, or out there in Milwaukee. The Wave with the neon green, the black, everything working for that team. And they were chomping at the bit to get the overall best record. Unfortunately for them, if they match up and advance, and if San Diego advances all the way in, they'll have home field advantage if it is them two to battle for the Cup title.
Exciting stuff here. Ending the season with a Fury.
Fourth quarter kicks off, and we're all tied at 4. Simply put, they win, they advance the Ontario Fury. They lose, they're done for the regular season, and it'll be a first-round Pacific Divisional matchup with the Tacoma Stars and the San Diego Sockers. Shot wide from the far side. Holloman collects. Pressure there is Cisse, and Reyes will reset with Echeverria. Toth now will steer to the far side. It was a 3-0 lead for the visitors. Very quickly after that, a 3-3 game. A 4-3 lead again for the Flash, and then again tied up. The latest goal scorer for the Ontario Fury, Maicon De Abreu. The assist to the captain is a Cisse. Goncalves did have that shot off the post. Fingernail save from Reynoso to keep the score all even. Here to start the fourth quarter of play from Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Extremely exciting stuff here in CBVA.
Charlie Gonzalez with that left-footed shot attempt caught Tayu off guard. Deflected off of the face, but continues to play on. Swarm there defensively. Still Ontario with the ball. It has been a majority of possession for Ontario in the second half. Jose, a forgettable first quarter. Only 2 shots, which were both deflected in that first quarter. Second quarter ramped up a little bit. And they did have 14 shot attempts in that second quarter. And then in the second half so far, it's been a lot of possession from Ontario. Monterrey trying to catch the Fury on a counter. As Tayu pressuring here. Yes, he is playing, and he has played the entire game, fans, if you're joining us late. Monterrey Flash and Frank Tayu did play a game last night down in San Diego against the league-leading San Diego Sockers. 21-game win streak. They haven't lost since December. A narrow defeat, believe it or not, at home, but it was the Tacoma Stars who were victorious. The only team in the regular season to capitalize against San Diego. If you caught the last few minutes of that game last night, it was a wonder strike from the left foot of Escoto that proved to be the game winner with just a few minutes left down in San Diego. And it was a 6-4 lead for San Diego with a few minutes left. And then Monterrey came back very quickly, tied it up. And then with just about, I would say, 2.5 minutes remaining, it was that strike from Escoto. No chance for Reynoso. It's one of those goals, Jose, that you just kind of stand and admire. You can't get to it. There's no way.
That's exactly why, as well, we see head coach Borrego, why Tayo's still out there. When you lose a game like that in San Diego, you don't want to lose back-to-back games heading into the playoffs. Of course, you've already solidified yourself as our #1 seed in the Southwest Division. But however, it's going to be a tough matchup with the Rio Grande Valley Barracudas, just because they know each other very well. So the players are gearing up. Everyone's excited. Just one more team left to get in here, partner. It's going to be the Fury or the Stars. We'll see next in the 12 minutes left.
Monterrey with the edge in the regular season, a 4-2 advantage against the Barracudas. Just a few weeks ago, they were tied for first place in the division.
Yeah.
And now Monterrey extending their lead in that division. Overall record of 18-5 so far, trying to make it 19. 16-8 are the RGV. Go ahead.
Barracas. Good record. Great division out there, too. Two teams just battling out.
Jones now for Ontario. Waiting for the overlapping run from Echeverria. Maintaining possession is Jones. Utilizes Hughes. Deflected there. Cisse will collect for Ontario. 11:30 remaining here in regulation from Ontario. Healthy crowd on here until tonight to catch the last regular season game in the MASL. Welcoming all the fans from across the MASL to tune into tonight's action, trying to solidify that Pacific Division playoff matchup. That shot deflected off of Charlie Gonzalez into the hands of Reynoso. Like I did mention, all the other divisions are solidified in the East, South Central, and Southwest, as San Diego and Tacoma fans eagerly anticipating the last 10:55 here from Citizens Business Bank Arena.
You can feel the intensity, you can feel the nerves gearing up here in Citizens Business Bank Arena, but it's all the Fury so far in the second half.
Well, whether or not the Ontario Fury score next, the coaching staff did mention the mental capacity that they had, the mental struggle that they had early on in the season. Let's see if they can maintain that composure mentally and finish the job here at home.
And supporting no blue cards, and then it all plays into the mental aspect that you just mentioned, Brian. No cards, clean play, keep your head in the game, most importantly, because, like, once any team gets a power play, it's just an extreme advantage they have over you. But with 10-17, man, you best believe the folks in Tacoma and San Diego are glued to their televisions right now.
Chris Toth on the ball for Ontario after that restart. And I don't want to say the jinx, but don't mention the blue cards, please. Let's have a clean game the rest of the way.
It's up to them. It's up to them. So we'll see how it goes. But the Fury are smart enough, and they had the talent to get this one going.
Concalves steers it to the near side, and Quiros. McNeely, overlapping run, shoved into the boards. No card given.
Not sure.
Uzi Tayu exclaiming it was shoulder to shoulder. Referees are not giving a blue card.
Yeah,
I mean,
shoulder short for the most part, but when you extend your arm there, they're going to call that 9 out of 10 times.
Well, McNeely, a veteran of the MASL, does never shy away from contact himself. Absorbed that and slammed into the boards. Quiros on the restart will lay it off. A lazy ball there from Quiros.
Man, you cannot have an opportunity like that go to waste if you're the Fury. If you don't score, you get scored against. Hopefully, it doesn't happen here.
A veteran of the MASL, formerly of the Solis de Sonora Club in Quiros, brought onto the team from team president and general manager Bernie Lillevoix. De Abreu and Quiros talking about their miscommunication just a second ago on that set piece play. Now a defensive clearance given to the Ontario Fury.
Nice.
So set piece play and a quality opportunity here with 9:30 remaining. Quiros, McNeely, and Jones over the ball to start for Ontario. De Abreu and Gonzalez up top. McNeely almost plucked out that left 90. That ball hops off of the glass near midfield. It was out of bounds.
Yeah,
Monterrey,
the referee's hitting that glass part there. The Flash players absolutely not happy with that. But we'll take it if you're the Fury.
It made contact with the glass. That is out of bounds from the field of play. Took the deflection. As you watch here on the replay, McNeely nearly got Reynoso beat. And if that finds the net, that's a goal. But on the replay here and the restart again for the Ontario Fury. McNeely steers it to Jones. Slide tackling defense there from Monterrey. De Abreu finds Jones. Jones on the turnaround. Reynoso will throw it out to his king option in Tayu. Broken up there from Quiros. Jones will sound. Steer it to De Abreu. Off the boards there. Deflected and then settle down again from Rosas. Sky high.
The Fury got to take right now, Brian. They're just putting so much of pressure. You saw that clearance there. That's absolutely not in the Monterrey Flash style of play. So it's got to be now or never.
Well, disrupting their game plan is something that you want to do as the opposing coach, no doubt about that. As Hughes now to the near side, finds Echeverria, leaning back a little too much.
Man.
Skies that shot attempt. But head coach Kevin Curtin did say, and Jimmy Nordberg, assistant coach, Kevin Curtin and head coach Jimmy Nordberg said they wanted to pressure Monterrey. They know they're tired off of a back-to-back. It was a very consuming game, if you will, last night in San Diego. And showing flashes of high pressure here with 8:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. Let's see if Monterrey can maintain the physical nature of their team. On the turnaround here. Dangerous area defensively for Ontario. To the near side is Torres Gonzalez. He'll utilize Garcia. One-on-one against Reyes. Cisse deflected there, and a handball will be called. Unintentional, of course, but it showed an extension of Izzy's arm. Therefore, a handball called with 8:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely no intention there, but Izzy did have that arm extended there. Handball.
In the wall is Jones and Reyes. On the restart, took a deflector coming up for Monterrey.
8:13 left here in the fourth quarter. 4-4 game. Tonight's attendance, 4,549. What a great crowd and fan appreciation night here in the Inland Empire.
Deflection there and a quick restart for Monterrey. Garcia will reset with Reynoso. 8:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. High pressure there from Jones. Healthy attendance on here, like you said, 4,600 in attendance.
Yeah.
As Toth throwing the ball out. Jones settled down off the chest. Laid it off to Echeverria. Volley attempt well wide and well high. 7:46 remaining here in the fourth quarter of play from Southern California. Thank you for joining us right here on 11 Sports USA. All tied at 4. 7:46 remaining here from Ontario. ball there to Izzy Tayu. To the far side, Ontario will earn the ball back.
Fans are into it. You can see it. With 4,000, almost 5,000 fans here in attendance tonight. Just thank you for all the coverage that you've been following us throughout the season, folks. The Ontario Fury fans, loud and proud.
Kiros off of the bouncing ball to the near side glass. Nearly sent this crowd into a frenzy if that made it past Reynoso. Unlucky in that attempt. 7:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Steered to the near side in Tayu. 1v1 against McNeely. Generates some room. And to the left side of the goal, Tayu says, no big deal. I do what I do. I do what I do and lead the MASL in goals. And here we are, 5-4, 6:58 remaining.
He says, all hail the king, as McNeely just backs up. And fortunately, if you're Thunder, you cannot give that space for any offensive player, but more specifically for the player that's leading the league in goals now with 50 so far now with that. Christos takes a step in the wrong direction, just in the wrong time. And just like that, it's 5-4 flash. And the Fury, for now, getting sent back home packing.
Jeff Hughes with 6:45 remaining. Steers it to Jones. Layoff attempt there to Reyes. Off of the glass. Reset here for Ontario. Plenty of time left. That mental challenge here again here for Ontario. Let's see if they can capitalize and even this game out. Losing the ball there is Reyes. And I think they're trying to take a page out of the book off of the foot of Christian Gutierrez from last week. That was a long distance shot attempt as Chris Toth was off of his back line, off of the foot of Aguilar. Unfortunate news after that injury of Marcus Jordan of the Ontario Fury. Possible broken leg for Marcus Jordan. No doubt he will be missed and thought about throughout the year as his recovery will start soon here in the MASL. Steered to the near side, far side. Charlie Gonzalez, scissor kick attempt there.
Haven't seen much of Charlie Gonzalez tonight. Hopefully he's able to appear in the next 6 and 14 for the Fury, because time is ticking.
Holloman now for Ontario. To the far side is Gonzalez. 1v1 here to Jermaine Jones. Shielding off his defender. Steers it to Holloman. Now Gonzalez off the boards. Gonzalez, and then it was Reynoso. Jones trying to even the score here late in the fourth quarter. 5:45 remaining.
What a presence in the back for the Flash.
Concalves lets loose. Steered wide again from Reynoso. Echeverria tripped up. Foul call there right at the yellow line.
Exciting back and forth for the Fury, but Brian Aguilar just saving the Flash from a goal for Ontario just in the last second, doing a slide, keeping the ball away here, but opportunity for the Flash with 5:33 left here.
Over the ball is Echeverria. To his immediate right is Concalves. He'll find McNeely. Steered it off the near side boards. On a break now if Concalves can get back. Aguilar for Monterrey. And it's Toth making things interesting with 5:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. McNeely, high pressure there, settled down by Jones to the near side. Tried to play himself off of the boards there.
Yeah, the boards play too, but the Flash just missing an opportunity here to go ahead and pretty much put this one away. Toth just holding back, and great save in the last second.
We got 5:10 remaining here in the regular season. Jones now on the break, and nearly out of the box. Was there not here?
No, let's just play on.
Reynoso calling a timeout there. Man, that was on the edge of the box. Reynoso and company. Thankfully, it was inside the box to be played with his hands. 4:58 remains here in the season for the Ontario Fury.
In the season, and if you're looking at that man on the screen, Jermaine Jones, possibly in his career, uncertainty what's going to happen after the season ends here. He was making it an absolute no that they're going to make the playoff push, but in the next 4:58, if nothing happens, we might see the last of the Fury throughout here in the season in the MASL.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they set up with the players that would return onto the pitch after this timeout. If they win, fans, they're in. If they lose, it will be Tacoma and San Diego matching up in that first round of the Pacific Divisional matchup in the Ron Newman playoffs. Goal scorers, if you're just joining us, for the Monterrey Flash, it was 1, 2, 3 very quickly in Chapa Flores, Eric Rosas, and Frank Tayu to make it 3-0. Jones, Echeverria, and Quiros, 3 consecutive for the Ontario Fury. It made it 3-3. Off of the foot again of Eric Rosas. It was a 4-3 lead. And then De Abreu with a tip-in goal, assisted by the captain Izzy Cisse, made it 4-4. And then Frank Tayu says, let me get my second of the night. And here we are at 5-4, 458 here in the season for the Ontario Fury.
458 is probably going to be the longest 458 minutes for the Monterrey Flash, but they're just taking care of business and showing.
And the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah.
And the San Diego Stars. I mean,
mostly for the Tacoma Stars, so it's just great battle between the Pacific Division in the last final game here. The Fury got to take care of business. If not, it's going to be Tacoma and San Diego.
This is what it's all about here in the MASL. Fans want to welcome you live on 11 Sports USA. My name is Brian Taujay alongside Jose Duran here. It's been back and forth all night here with the visiting Monterrey Flash. If Ontario wins, they're in. If they lose, it'll be Tacoma and San Diego. De Abreu tangling with Tayu to the near side. They're exclaiming their case for possession.
Yeah, the fourth official there letting the official know, the head official, that it was off a Monterrey Flash player.
So on the restart here will be De Abreu. Cisse, the captain for Ontario, steers it to the far side on Goncalves. Deep ball, or deep option offensively for Ontario is Quiros, who's injected up to the forward position. Did play some forward early on when he came on board for the team. Naturally a defender of the MASL. Cisse tangled up near midfield with Rosas. A trip-up call there, as you see on the replay. You better believe on these 50-50 challenge, Ontario will be going full force. Let's hopefully see that it's a clean play the rest of the way. Monterrey, a physical team by nature. And a restart here right near midfield. 4:19 remaining in Ontario Fury season.
Yeah, 4:15, and it's not looking like they're responding with any sense of urgency here, the Fury, but still plenty of time to go.
The Flash to the near side, right down the middle. That shot steered away from Toph. And they'll continue. That's off of the foot of Canez. Restart coming, 4 minutes remaining here from Ontario, California. If you're tuning in from Tacoma, welcome. If you're tuning in from San Diego, welcome as well. And if you're catching it from across the country, this is your finale in the regular season of the MASL. A playoff pitcher on the line if Ontario is victorious here to represent the Pacific Division. Jones tangled up, earns a foul call to the far side. Goncalves on the restart. Echeverria now for Ontario. Defensively back is Monterrey in a shell. Earns the ball back there to the far side. McNeely now shields off one defender, off the boards. Reynoso trying to clear it out. And it looks like Echeverria will go ahead and make one defender go around one. Steer to Gonzalez, and then it's Jones! And then McNeely, Reynoso off his back line. Brilliant save from the Flash goalkeeper. Hughes and Ty tangling up to the far side. Making contact with the far side boards is Hughes. Shaken up there.
No cards still yet here from the officials tonight.
Let's hope this does not mean something serious for the veteran in Jeff Hughes. As you watch on the replay, Gonzalez, and then it was Jones there, McNeely there, Reynoso in the end, keeping it out of the net.
Yeah, McNeely just a step behind that Great pass, well, I should say heel pass by Jermaine Jones, and great come out by Reynoso and just getting a hand in there, not allowing them to get a goal back here with 3:14 left in the game.
Quiros will act as the extra attacker for head coach Jimmy Nordberg and the Ontario Fury, donning the extra attacker jersey. 3:14 remaining here, 5-4 Flash lead. It was a 3-0 lead for the visitors. Ontario came with 3 unanswered of their own, and then back and forth we've been until Frank Tayu made it a 5-4 lead for the Flash just a few minutes ago. So the extra attacker on for Ontario. 3:10 remaining in the season for the Fury. Quiros and De Abreu, and now Gonzalez. Jones on the pitch as well as Echeverria and McNeely for the Fury. They'll have to track back with speed if they're caught on a counter. Izzy Tayu settles there. De Abreu tracking back for Ontario. Made it look easy stepping into the net. McNeely loses the ball. Jones expressing how open he was if McNeely would have got the ball to him. Nonetheless, a restart here for Ontario. 2:37 remains in the fourth quarter.
2:37 remain in the Ontario Fury season as we see a card come out to head coach of the Monterrey Flash, Luis Jaime Borrego, for talking too much.
So warning to the bench of Monterrey. McNeely to restart for Ontario. All the offensive weapons on the field right now for Ontario. De Abreu, Charlie Gonzalez, Jermaine Jones, Echeverria, and Quiros, along with the ball holder right now to the far side in McNeely. Little contact there, but a foul call for Ontario. They'll take it.
They got a little trip there from the back. McNeely steps in front of the ball here. 2:27 left. Fury gonna have to get one now.
McNeely low drive there, steered away. Quiros tried to steer it in the vicinity of the attacking third. Long distance shot attempt well wide off the foot of Aguilar. 2:15 remains. De Abreu now to the near side. Steers it just inches away. That took a deflection off of one of the defenders there. And it was a sky-high clearance in the end. But a corner kick coming here for the home team, Ontario Fury. Fans chanting and raving with 2:03 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Quiros on the restart for Ontario. They'll utilize a timeout here. 2:03 remains in the regular season for the Ontario Fury. They're trying to extend their playoff lives here. If they win, they're in. They'll match up against San Diego. If they lose, they're done, and it'll be a Tacoma and San Diego matchup to represent the Pacific Division in the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. .203 remaining here in the fourth quarter. As you see replays here, for Monterrey. A pair of goals from Eric Rosas, a pair of goals from Frank Tayu, and Chapa Flores found the net as well. Ontario Fury goal scorers in Jermaine Jones, Anibal Echeverria, and Victor Quiros, along with Maicon De Abreu. Here we are, 5-4, 2:03 remaining. Going over the game plan are the 6 Ontario Fury players on the pitch right now in McNeely, Echeverria, Jones, Gonzalez, De Abreu, and Quiros acting as the extra and 6th attacker for the Ontario Fury. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. If you're tuning in like the hardcore fans that we have all across the country, This is what we live for in the MASL. A one-goal game, playoff trip on the line for the Ontario Fury. Kiros on the restart. To McNeely. Skies the attempt. So not what they wanted out of the timeout. Nonetheless, restart coming here for Monterrey. Reynoso throws it past midfield. Defending is Charlie Gonzalez. Earns that ball for a split second. And now Izzy Tayu. No goalkeeper in net for Ontario. Maikon de Abreu making sure there's no shot attempt there. And a minute 42. It'll be a restart here coming for Monterrey and Garcia to the near side boards. Victor Kiros, the extra attacker, in goal on this set piece play. Timeout utilized here for Monterrey. Minute 42 remaining in this contest. If you joined us late, it's been back and forth since the beginning of the game. It was Monterrey that striked first. 3 unanswered goals. Ontario clawed their way back of 3 unanswered on their own. And it's been 1 goals back and forth. And here we are at 5-4 after the latest goal from the Monterrey Flash provided by Frank Tayu, scoring his 50th goal on the year. So minute 42 remaining. Goal scorers for Ontario: Echeverria, Kiros, Jones, and De Abreu. Unfortunate event for the youngster Marcus Jordan. A broken leg suffered from the Ontario Fury player. The other divisional matchups for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs are all set. South Central is set with Kansas City and Milwaukee. The East is all set with Baltimore versus Utica City. And the Southwest is all set with RGV versus Monterrey. Playoffs starting the 18th, 7:35 local kickoff time, as Kansas City will play host to Milwaukee at Silverstein Eye Center's arena. That'll kick off in just a few days. But first, the end of the regular season. Match 204 of the MASL in the regular season comes down to the last minute 42 for the Ontario Fury. Restart for Monterrey. Deflected there, trying to earn the ball back and minimize any lag time or downtime out of their defensive third. De Abreu will clear the zone. On the break is Gonzalez. Does have an advantage on speed against Izzy Tayu. And then it's a shot attempt there from Charlie Gonzalez. De Abreu will steer it to the far side, intended for Jones. Settled down with McNeely. Steered to the near side with De Abreu. Kiros, the extra attacker for Ontario. Minute 5 remaining here. Deflected. And then Monterrey collecting in their defensive half. Long distance shot attempt is going to be steered wide. On the break there is Canez. And Kiros acting as the extra attacker and goalkeeper. We'll reset here with McNeely. Under a minute left to go here in the fourth quarter. To the far side is Echeverria. Gonzalez now for Ontario. To Jones. In deep offensively for Jermaine Jones. Steers it to Kiros. 30 seconds remaining. Echeverria tips it up. And then a foul call there as Jones got tangled up. Making a run across the box. Held up at the last second. A foul call from the near side referees. The most critical set piece opportunity in their season is taking place right now for Ontario. Kiros, Jones, and McNeely over the ball for the Fury. A 3-man wall provided for the flat. Laid off for Kiros, and then Jones skies the attempt. 27 seconds remaining. So Jones did have the space there on the restart. Not the attempt he wanted in the end. Monterrey restarting here. Gonzalez back defensively. Shielded off there is Torres Gonzalez. He'll aim for the goal. 18 seconds remaining. A foul call there to the far side boards. Marco Antonio Tovar tripped up from the Fury. 15.2 seconds remain. Ontario has just seconds to provide something short of a miracle here in Ontario. The Flash will restart. Hold on to the ball. Pressured there to the far side. They try and steer it in. McNeely will clear it out defensively. 5 seconds remaining down near midfield. Turned over. Monterrey will hold the ball. 2 seconds now. 1. The season is over for the Ontario Fury. Heartbreak in the Inland Empire. A final from Citizens Business Bank Arena. 5-4. The Monterrey Flash over the Ontario Fury. Tacoma and San Diego will tangle in the first round matchup from the Pacific Division, which will take place just a few days away on 11 Sports USA.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Califino, treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Move towards a better life with the Orthopedic and Robotic Center at Casa Colina. Our Revive Joint Replacement Program offers board-certified orthopedic surgeons and robotic surgical precision for improved fit, balance, and feel of your new joint. Each patient benefits from a dedicated orthopedic team and an individualized surgical plan for less pain, quicker recovery, and improved outcomes. Casa Colina Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, where better begins.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear. The terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here with Frank Tayu of the Monterrey Flash, the man leading the major arena soccer leagues in goals. Tough game tonight here, Frank. You guys had the Fury come back 4-4, took the lead 5-4 because of your goal. What changed for the Monterrey there?
We knew they needed to win the game and they were going to come out flying. So once we got the lead, we just focused on keeping possession of the ball and sort of make them a little bit desperate. Our goalkeeper had a few, key saves, and they created a lot of chances. Head off the Fury, and this is a team that is going to be hard to play against in next season or in the upcoming seasons.
Absolutely, and now that the Monterrey Flash are in the playoffs, you got to go here tonight. You play the Barracudas next week. What does Monterrey have to do to beat the Barracudas and possibly face either San Diego or Tacoma in the conference finals?
Well, every game against Barracuda is a Clásico, They're going to come out with everything. We've beat them, 4 out of 6 times. Obviously, they got a lot to prove. We do too, but more so them than us. The pressure is on them because, they have to go out there and at least beat us at home, away from our house, and come back and do the same thing at our house. So, we got to go and keep on doing what we've been doing the whole, keep possession of the ball, and hopefully I can score a couple and help my team win.
Absolutely. Best of luck in the playoffs, Frank. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's Frank Tayu from the Monterrey Flash as they get out of here with a victory. 1-goal victory, 5-4 over the Ontario Fury. That's it for Ontario. Season's over. The Monterrey Flash keep on playing. We'll see you next week once the MASL playoffs take off. Back to you, Brian, upstairs.
Thanks, Jose. Absolute anguish and a heartbreak here from the Inland Empire and Southern California, and pure joy up in Tacoma. Congratulations to all the teams that qualify for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Your Pacific Division is all set. Acesso Showwear Center will be the site of Game 1 as the Tacoma Stars will play host to the MASL Best San Diego Sockers in Game 1. Game 2 and potentially 3 will follow at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. From Ontario, California, it's been a pleasure. Catch all the MASL action on 11 Sports USA and MASL TV. Final score from Ontario, 5-4 Monterrey.